From Las Vegas, Sandy Kastel and friends.
Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends, produced by Michael Leonetti. Sandy Kastel has been entertaining audiences for years on stage, screen, radio, and television. And for the next 60 minutes, she'll be talking with local and international performers, artists, authors, celebrities, and more, with special features like women in music and arts, shopping at Smith's, cooking with Chef Michael, and staying fit and fabulous forever. Now, let's bring on the host. Here is Sandy Kastel.
Good morning and welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Sandy Kastel and Chef Michael. I know I've been vacant and absent for a couple of days because I was at GLVAR getting my realtor designation pin. And I'll tell you, Michael, it was a lot of fun. I really learned a lot of things. And, the real estate business has changed so much over the past 20 years. And it's amazing because I was noticing how much technology that they are doing now. And do you know there's like 14,000 realtors here in Nevada? 14,000 in Nevada, or maybe just Las Vegas, I don't know. But it's a lot. So anyway, welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, where you can learn how to cook Italian style for your family and friends. Call us at 702-731-1230. That's 702-731-1230. And ask Chef Michael about his South Philadelphia recipes, and he will give you his secret to success. Cooking Italian with only 4 spices you have in your kitchen right now. 4 spices. Michael, tell us about those 4 spices.
I don't want to. Salt, pepper, parsley, garlic. Before I go any further, give me that camera. I got to say hello to a friend of mine.
What?
Because he's going to go on YouTube. Drew Paris.
Oh.
Drew, you son of a gun. I miss you, pal. I love you. You better call me. I got your brother over here and the guys. Where the hell you been for 20 years, Drew? I love you. I'm glad that you looked me up and you made a phone call. See, I'm an easy guy to find, okay? I was in the deep, dark jungles of Africa, kidnapped by gypsy slaves, taken away, far away. But I'm back with a vengeance.
He's back, folks.
Steve said to me, he said, Mike, you never changed. He looks the same. If you look at this guy, he looks just like Sam Elliott, the actor.
Oh, no, he's much better looking than
he is a good looking guy. And this guy looks like Brad Pitt.
I like Sam Elliott, don't get me wrong, but, come on.
Well, he reminds me of it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, 731.
It must be the hair.
Say a
it must
word.
be the hair. Well, you said he reminds you of Sam Elliott. You opened up the door for me to step right in.
731-1230, ladies and gentlemen. Guess what? I got to tell you something. We were all ready to do the show for Friday at Siena's Tortaria Italian Restaurant. So I get a phone call from you know who, Giancarlo, the owner, and he says, Mike, come and take a look at my place because he ripped the whole wall down to put more people in. The guy rearranged his whole place. Anyway, the grand opening, folks, is going to be Sunday. This Sunday, and the show starts at 7 o'clock.
Do you know what day that is?
No.
You don't know what
day is it, Johnny?
It's the 7th.
The 7th.
Sunday the 7th, September 7th.
We'll be at Siena's Italian Tortoria.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, we had a lot of people that were planning to come out this Friday, but I'm sorry that we've got to move that, but really, you should see this place. It is torn apart. But it looks so much better, actually, over the bar where he has that wall taken down. You can see right through, and it brightens up the room so much. And if you want to make reservations for Sunday night, call 702-360-3358. That's 702-360-3358 for reservations at Siena's Italian Authentic Trattoria, where we will be performing at 7 p.m. till 10:30 p.m. And we are going to have Chef Michael, of course, Jimmy Molador. We're going to have Chad Michaels on piano and Joey Vespi on drums and Lou Spider on bass.
Maybe I can get my buddy Mr. Paris and his partner to come over as our guests.
Maybe you can.
Because I haven't seen these guys in a long, long time, Sandy.
Yeah, and Siena's is located at 9500 West Sahara. That's just west of Fort Apache on West Sahara, 9500 West Sahara. Siena's Italian Authentic Trattoria, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. We will be there with jazz and cocktails. Yes.
Guess who I called this morning?
Who did you call?
Neil.
Neil Scartozzi?
Neil Scartozzi? No.
Yeah, Neil Scartozzi.
No, Neil, the attorney. Neil.
Oh, Neil.
Our buddy, Neil, my motorcycle rider. I bought a Harley Davidson, and every Sunday, me and the attorney.
Campanelle, is it? What's his last name?
What's that? Well, Tina wants to
See,
give
you
his
forgot.
Campanelle.
Who's on the phone?
No one.
Nobody. They just called in. Oh, another show?
Another
what
show.
Are they
Shame on
thinking?
them.
What, did they get confused?
Oh, they're another show? They don't want to talk this way? Just missed out on two shows.
That's okay. You know what, Michael? We've got a special guest calling in. She's going to call in about 9:15 this morning, and she is Susan Toney.
Susan Toney?
Yeah, she's celebrated as a poignant lyricist, accomplished musician,
oh my God,
and transcendent vocalist. American artist Susan Toney showcases a fusion of pop, country, roots, blues, and rock in her latest CD project entitled Love is the Cure, the Essential Collection. So she's going to be calling in about 9:15 this morning.
Well, I better
Susan
say what I got to say because I'll never get a chance to open my mouth.
That's right. You better get it out. Now, we go back to what those 4 spices were that you were going to tell us about and how you can make simple dishes. I know the other day, last Monday, you made a wonderful frittata, and it was excellent.
Yeah, we shot it out of the house. And again, like I said, everybody go on YouTube and put Sandy Kastel and Friends.
And if you want to get hungry this morning, let me tell you, even if you've just had a big breakfast, you are still going to get hungry after you watch him make this frittata.
Right. Well, tonight's a big night because we're having a dinner in honor of Sandy's aunt.
I know. My Aunt Diane is here.
Diane's here.
My dad's sister.
And that's Diane.
Diane. No, listen, no references.
I didn't say nothing.
I know. Sorry you had another Diane in your life. But,
it wasn't, no, his.
This is a different Diane.
His.
Oh, his Diane.
Yes.
You had a Diane
It
also?
was his Aunt Diane. She came from Ireland.
Oh, I see. yeah.
Came from Ireland. Look at, why are you so nervous?
He has no idea what you're going to say. That's why.
I get a kick out of people that come on the show
He's
because
like,
they're not used to walking into a radio show.
He knows you too long, Steve.
Yeah. But Steve, we go back. But Steve had dark hair. He was not Steve.
Well, you used to have hair too. I mean, dark hair too. It was very dark. I saw pictures.
I'll take the American Express back, sweetheart. Give me the card back. Thank you. But anyway, we have a big dinner tonight. Dr. Perry's coming and Diana.
I know. And
then we're going to have
and
Neil.
Jolet.
I had to get Neil.
Pirco and Jolet.
Pirco and Jolet.
Yes.
And Nachi the Grossos, the billionaires. Our neighbors. They live in the
and Jimmy Melodor.
Jimmy Melodor. I can't leave Jimmy out. Jimmy's one of the best. And I had to get Neil.
Yeah.
So that's the table of 12. So we filled that slot for Neil. And Neil said, Mike, I'd love to come over, but I'm going to make something special. So he wants scottola beans, and I'm going to make.
Yeah. So Diane, if you're tuning in right now,
listen what the menu is.
You're getting a little taste of what you're going to get tonight.
Jimmy Melodor last night said to me, Mike, I want the scottola and beans. I said, okay,
scottola
Jimmy,
beans.
You got that. And then he wants the sausage and peppers. And Carl Grosso, he likes the scottola also, and he wants hot sausage.
Pasta la Grosso for
Pasta la Grosso, I got to do that. And I'm going to make the chicken
cutlets for me?
And I'm also going to make chicken cutlets, and I'm also going to make the chicken pascal.
Yeah, what do you guys want? You guys,
So we're going to make because I used to have dinners all the time.
I know, 175 people for your birthday party. I heard.
Well, that was a long time ago.
But at Lisa's and Carl Grosso's, we just had about 150 people over there.
And he said to me, "Did you cook,
my
Mike?"
Gosh. Of course
that was the hook, because that was the whole hook in a nutshell. But anyway, Steve, I want to ask you a question, because we always do a recipe every day. If you're
sausage and peppers.
The sausage, is that what you remember that I made?
Sausage and peppers.
Yep. That's what I'm making tonight.
Now, Steve, do you like the hot sausage or the mild sausage?
Hot.
Oh, you like the hot. See, and last night Jimmy Molidor was saying he likes the hot also. I like the mild because I can't handle the hot.
Well, this sausage and peppers I make, it's just my grandmother's recipe. You know what I mean? I'm naming it over somebody. It's really simple. I go Smith's. We love Smith's because that's our number one spot. Smith's Food and Drug on Durango, across from the Mighty Key now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right across the street.
Right across the street, and we got lots to talk about those because we got some.
That's where I
great
get my
guest
cars
stars.
fixed. That's right.
And anyway, to make a long story short, what you do is you go to Smith's and you go down in the back and ask for Mike the Butcher. Say Chef Michael send you.
That's right.
Because
What about me? I send him too.
Well, they do. You know what I mean? They do, and they charge them more when they mention your name.
That's
Maybe.
Right.
So anyway, what you do is you get yourself. They got the links, and they're $1 a piece. So let's say for 4 people, what you want to do is you want to get 4 links. You cut them in half, makes it 6.
Okay.
Okay. This is the Italian dish.
Okay.
Okay. You get your sausage, and you fry it with your potatoes. You get Idaho potato, red potato, whatever that you want. Okay. And then you add your mushrooms, and then you add your bell pepper, Delicious. It's almost like a salsa scallopine, and then you add your vinegar peppers. They have them. They're like little cherry peppers. They're vinegar. You strain them, and then you take the little thing out, and you take the seeds out, and you throw that in there, and you fry it.
You take the seeds out?
Well, yeah. But
the peppers.
Of
yeah,
the
bell
pepper
peppers,
itself.
right.
And then you just fry that up, and you make it. It's a real Neapolitan dish. It's delicious. So that's one of the dishes on the menu tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Very easy to make, and we're excited, and we're happy. And I know that Jimmy's listening because, I guess a couple weeks.
A couple of weeks from now, we are going to be with him over at the Westgate.
Westgate, the Las
Monday
Vegas
night.
Hilton. So Monday night, Sandy Kastel, myself.
Maybe we shouldn't announce it yet.
What's that? Well, what's the hell?
Now that we already spilled the beans.
That's all right. So we'll be performing over there. It'll be every Monday jazz night, and then naturally Wednesday at the Siennas. Our television show starts next week.
I know.
We're going to start shooting. We're filming next week.
Yes, on Tuesday. As a matter of fact, I was going to let everybody know, but I didn't want to interrupt your recipe.
Thank you, sweetheart. I appreciate that.
What is your recipe?
I just said it.
That's it?
That's
You
very
don't have another
simple.
recipe?
Another recipe? Okay, I'll talk to you.
That was it? That was
That's
so
the sausage.
easy.
It's what I mean.
Well, how long does that take to make?
Honestly and truthfully?
Yeah, honestly and truthfully.
15 minutes.
This is what I love about his recipes. Chef Michael gives us these recipes that anybody can make, and all they have is those 4 ingredients as far as spices, mostly. Most of your recipes are just salt, pepper, parsley, and garlic, but it's granulated garlic, of course. Yes.
Not garlic powder. And again, ladies and gentlemen, just go to YouTube. And YouTube, the whole world has YouTube. All right? Just go to YouTube and put in shopping at Smith's. Put shopping, SHOPPING, at Smith's, SMITH. And you will see the TV show Sandy and I just done.
That's right.
And it's hilarious. We shot it at our estate at Canyon Gate. And it's hilarious. And that really launched us to so many other sponsors. And we got a gajillion sponsors. And that's the reason why, truthfully, folks, we're going to television. And we would do a 30-minute, now we're going to do an hour show because we got so many sponsors. We don't have enough time to talk on the radio. So we got to ship everybody over, because the bottom line is, and again, we're 90,000 listeners.
Well,
I want to thank you.
It's all good because, we love doing the radio show also, and TV is just an extra added bonus.
Right, and I want to thank everybody for making Sandy Kastel and Chef Michael the #1 radio show in Las Vegas. We are the #1 show in Vegas that people listen to. It's
That's
amazing.
right.
And we're the only one that gives out major show tickets. I run Planet Hollywood. I'm the corporate director of the timesharing resort.
The
trainer and corporate that I train everybody. And naturally, for anybody who calls in or any of our sponsors that you go to, you get cut. So anybody, prime example, somebody goes into Mighty Key, right? And they get their car fixed. What's the average ticket, Steve?
About $150.
$150. Well, guess what? By you being a sponsor with us, I give you an X amount of dollars. You give those people any show they want to play in Hollywood. The tickets are $91 each. So they give you $150. You just gave them your money back in a major show. Yeah. I got the Beatles. I got Mark Savar. I got Vinnie Favorino. I got Frank Marino. These are all major shows. So that's why the sponsors, because it's again, like we used to do the 50-50 warranty.
Right.
This is different because today people advertise, you spend a gang of money, and you're just a commercial on TV. Here, you got something to give that customer to bring them back. That's the hook. So anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Sandy because he just went like this to me.
He did?
Yeah.
Oh, Ryan, you're paying attention. Oh, my gosh. Thank you so much. And, of course, we've got John Stiles behind the camera there.
John,
thank you, John, for everything that you do for us, getting up our shows on YouTube. And I just want to remind everybody that, we also have rebroadcast of this program at midnight tonight on KLAV.
Right.
And also, again, on Vegas All Net Radio at 10 p.m. You can hear our show. And you can also watch the show, watch the radio show on YouTube, courtesy of John Stiles, because he gets these shows posted right up there in about, an hour and a half or 2 hours. They're right up there on YouTube. And all you have to do is go and go to Sandy Kastel and Friends, and you'll see our shows up there. And you can also find the Shopping at Smith's, which is up on YouTube, and what we did the other day at the house and him making the frittata. And I got to tell you guys, if you're full already, you would still be hungry looking at this recipe that he made. So if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And we're going to be right back after a message from our sponsors with Steve Paris and Dave Ford from Meineke Car Care.
Hey, Drew, you better call me, you son of a gun. You better call.
Rider. This is Sandy Kastel and Friends. Here again, your host, Sandy Kastel.
and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. Yes, that was my dad.
Good.
And I was calling him to let him know to be sure and tune in this morning because my Aunt Diane is here visiting from Texas, and she's on her way to California to see her daughter. Yeah, and so I'm so excited to have her here. You know, she's a singer also, and she started out at a really young age, just like you did. You know, she was a child prodigy singer, and they took her to L.A. She was born in San Francisco, of course, you know, just like I was, just like Dad was. But they took her down to Los Angeles, and, you know, she was out there singing and doing all this performing. And then, of course, she got offers to go into this big band with Dad, the Jack Fina Band down in Texas, I think. And, of course, but Dad said the thing was that she would have to have her own room. I don't know what that meant. so anyway, she didn't end up going and joining the band.
Is she on her way to California now?
That was. What do you mean? Is she on the way to California? She's coming tonight to dinner.
Oh, I don't know. Did she say she was going to California?
No, she's on her way. Yeah, but she stopped over here in Las Vegas.
I'm sorry, honey.
Anyway.
I didn't know you were Jew.
So, but what I was going to say is that the reason, you know, Diane is my dad's little sister. She's like 11 years younger than he is. And I remember when I was about 34, you know, I asked my dad, I said, Dad, how come you never really promoted you? I mean, going out and being a singer, even though I've been a singer since I was a kid. I was working and doing this, and he said because I watched what my sister went through with the big bands and stuff, and how tough it was.
Well, she's still a beautiful woman.
She's a beautiful woman, and of course, you know, as a young girl being in a band and stuff, you know, you're always getting hit on and stuff.
Well, I didn't know your aunt. She wanted to be a pole dancer, so you know, still up in years.
Listen, she's in great shape. You know, she works out all the time. She dances. She sings. She is in the Follies down in Texas. Here we have the Vegas Follies. Oh. She's in the Texas Follies, I guess.
Kidding.
Yeah. And everybody in the group is, of course, 50 years and older, and she sings and dances in that group. So it's real great that we get a chance to visit with her tonight, and that she's going to get to meet some of our good friends and get to taste Chef Michael's cooking, of course.
Of course, and I got to go shopping while you're going to go dancing. But before I do anything, I'm taking these guys out to breakfast. I haven't seen them.
But guess what? Guess what? Today is my dance day, you know, and we are beginning rehearsals for our first Staying Fit and Fabulous segment, which will be aired on our upcoming TV show, where all of our guests will learn about fashion, beauty, and health from special experts, easy for me to say, including from my dance instructor, Angela Moyo, who will give us tips on staying fit and fabulous forever through dance and a healthy lifestyle.
Now, is John Styles going to be on it? Because he's a cross-dresser, so you need to know.
No, but John...
teasing you, son of a... Don't let me curse. Who's on the phone? Susan. Not Susan.
Hi, Susan. How are you? Welcome to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael.
Thank you. Nice to talk to you. Thank you.
Yeah. So, Susan, you've got this new CD coming out. You must be real excited.
I am very excited, Sandy. Thank you.
Yeah. So you're a lyricist, huh?
I'm a lyricist and a songwriter. Yes, singer-songwriter. Yes.
Now, do you also write the music too, or do you work with somebody else and have them write the music?
No, I write the music and the lyrics.
You do, because I do that too. I mean, maybe not as prolifically as you do, but yeah. So now, when you're writing lyrics, I just got to ask you this: how does it happen? Do you just get these ideas? Do they pop into your head, or do you actually sit down? Do you take notes when you're out at restaurants and in your life, in your daily life, about little things that you hear or little thoughts that come to your head?
Well, you know what I found is that it's working the writer part of me is working all the time. It's observing and watching things around me and feeling things and you know, seeing the world go by and seeing things happen to people and myself. And it's kind of always on the back burner. You know, what is being written is always in process. So usually when I sit down to write, you know, it's all right there.
And you went through a dramatic accident, a rollover crash in 2003, and that must have been pretty traumatic. Yeah. How did that affect your writing?
Well, The only way it affected my writing was I was just so grateful to still be alive. And, I don't remember anything about the accident. I have like 10 days of my life missing, so I'm very grateful for that as well. I think that probably is better for me.
Well, yeah, and as a songwriter, like you said, we do draw from our experiences, I think. That's one of the things about songwriting. And also it's about taking a song and your personal experience and not just making it so personal, but you want to have it be where everybody can relate to it, too.
I agree with you, Sue. I was lost for 10 days, too. When I was 9, I drank a glass of homemade wine. My Uncle Fred's. I was lost. I wound up in Atlantic City on the beach.
Now, Ryan, you have her tracks, right? Yeah. Now, we've got 2 of your tracks. Would you like for us?
Okay.
Which one would you like for us to play first?
Well, why don't you play Trail of Light, since that's the single out right now, and it's just doing great on the radio. I'm so excited about that.
Okay, now tell us a little bit about the recording of this song. Where did you record it?
Well, I recorded it in two different places. I started the recording in Nashville, Tennessee at a wonderful place called Ocean Way.
Oh, I know that place.
And have you been there before?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, it's a great studio and lovely place and people. And I recorded that with David Z, who's a great friend and a genius and just wonderful to work with.
Dana who? I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
David Z is the producer.
Oh, David Z, okay.
Yeah, David Z.
Okay. And then, so did you do it with the Nashville guys? Then you recorded it there with the A players, so they say.
I tracked it at Ocean Way, and then played with some great players, and then when I came back to also some LA players, and then when I came back to LA, we finished it like late last summer, like almost September. We were finished with it.
Did you record your vocals out in LA?
I recorded some of my vocals in LA and a lot of them in Nashville, but some of them in LA. And then we did some more tracking and some more recording and more production and mixing in Los Angeles as well.
Well, Susan, I got to tell you, Chef Michael's looking at me, with a very perplexed look on his face because he doesn't understand that, I understand the process. So this is why I'm asking you these questions.
Oh, it's so great.
But see,
great. What kind of stuff do you write?
Some country pop stuff and some jazz. Nice. Actually, and I was able to record at Blackbird Studio and also the Kitchen. What was it? It's not there anymore. They closed it. But anyway, so it was great working back in Nashville. And then also I did the same thing. I did some recording out in L.A. with Ron Aniello was one of the producers on the show, and Jimmy Haslip and Jeff Lorber. Yeah. So, okay, enough about me. Let's listen to your song, Trail of Life.
Come back here again.
Trail of Light and Dark. Trail of Light and Dark.
Oh, okay.
The last piece of my heart, not so foolishly, carelessly take part. Now I watch my hope die and my soul cry. How much do you need? Then I remember your photographs. You like to watch them believe. Baby, the trail of light, dark you see, it's just the trace of light. Death you leave, baby, the trail of light, dark you see, it's just the trace of light, death you leave.
Oh, yeah.
That was Susan Tony. Sorry, I got the title wrong there, Susan. I misheard that from you. Yeah.
Sound like Sally. What's her?
No. No, she doesn't. Anyway, you sound beautiful, Susan. I love it.
It was great.
So
I
now,
was going to say
Susan,
you sound like Barbara Streisand.
Yeah. Do you also play any of the instruments? Do you play guitar?
I do. I play. Barbara's great. That's a great compliment. I play guitar and I play piano.
Watch it, girl.
Now, did you start playing an instrument when you were younger, or did?
I did. I started when I definitely had the inkling to put musical instruments in my hands when I was a little tiny kid, and my mom and dad were great because they put little tiny instruments in my hands practically when I was 2 years old. So it was, something I was obviously interested in from a little kid's age.
Well, it does say your best accessory is your guitar.
Yeah, that's a great friend, and it's a great listener, and it really, the guitar is wonderful because you hold it close to you, and you're telling a story through it, and you're feeling those beautiful vibrations on the strings.
I feel the
and
same
it's a
way.
little easier to carry around than a piano.
I feel the same way when I grab I feel the same way when I grab my wallet.
Carry around a piano. Yes.
Of course, I have seen those those. I don't know what they're called. The pianos that look like guitars. That some.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
What?
A keytar.
A keytar.
Guitar.
So you've got your own label, Strange Child Records.
I've got my own label. Yes, independent label, Strange Child Records.
Now, why did you decide to go on your own label instead of trying to get with another independent label?
Well, actually, you mean another major label.
Or independent, another independent, because some of the independent
right.
labels are, just as powerful as the majors, to be honest, nowadays.
That's right, absolutely. Well, the reason I formed my own label and publishing company is it's a smart thing to do, because it's kind of like owning gold. It often has more value when the market crashes or goes up or down.
And then plus you own all of your publishing and everything.
Yeah, and owning your own publishing and having a company is a good thing, and it gives you more value because then you've got something really to offer a major label or, like you say, a huge independent label. And I have been offered several major record deals in my life, and at the time I just didn't think they were the right deal for me. Perhaps the business, what they were offering. Everybody always wanted all of my publishing into perpetuity.
I know.
And I didn't want to give it all away forever.
And then if they do nothing with it, then you're stuck forever.
Yeah, exactly.
With that one company. And you guys don't know what we're talking about, do you? No. But for the listeners out there, what happens in publishing, and I know you've learned, our audiences have learned a little bit about it from watching movies, that were about Motown, because a lot of things that happen in Motown is exactly that, where the publishing rights were all owned by one person, one company, and the people who actually wrote the songs, performed the songs, did not get any credit for them. But even in today's world, with the everything being online, we're not offered very much, for our songs. And there's a lot of streaming. There's this and this and that, and you get some of your streams, some of your checks that you get in are like, say, 0.009 cents you're getting on a streaming song, and so you know what I'm talking about. And so a lot of it comes down to what do you own and what are you doing yourself, and actually getting out there and performing so that you can make a living.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in today's world, I think it's really kind of good in a way because everybody's fallen in love with the single again, which is great.
Yeah. And even vinyl. They're reinventing vinyl.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. But I really think that a great album is made up of many great singles.
Oh, God.
And there's no B-side to my album. If I'm going to write something and put it out, it's going to be beautiful. And so I have a publishing company, a record company. People are very interested in me as a brand, and I'm an author, an actress. So I'm basically offering the full
full package.
entertainment the full package, and I think that's fantastic because, as a creative person, there's so many beautiful ways to tell a story,
right.
and I want to be able to encompass all of them so I can, spread my love and my encouragement and my hope, and fun with other people. So.
Right. Well, listen, we're going to go to a break now. So if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. And our guests today are Steve Paris and Dave Ford of Meineke Car Care Center. Also, we've got on the phone with us Susan Toney, recording artist, author, publishing, record label owner. And we will be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Hey, whose car's leaking? Somebody's car's leaking. Take it to Meineke. Come on, everybody.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I've got Susan Toney on the phone. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Sandy. How are you again?
Hi,
Good.
Susan. How are you, Susan?
Hi, Mike.
Listen, so you were you born and raised out in Los Angeles?
Well, I was born in Norman, Oklahoma, but I thought I was going to law school at OU, and so we moved a few times, and then he got offered great jobs all his career. So I've lived in many different parts of the country, and now reside in Los Angeles.
Okay, so why did you go to Nashville to do this?
Well, I went to Nashville because I was born in Norman, and in my family background, there's my grandfather was a country guitar player and a real cowboy, owned a dairy farm, and so I grew up.
So your roots were there.
Yeah, my roots. I grew up around country music,
right.
And my mother loved pop music. My grandparents loved classical, so I kind of had all different wonderful kinds of music in my ear. And we lived from New York to Texas and Oklahoma as well. So, that southern theme was always kind of in the background and kind of a thread in my music.
Well, let me ask you this. Now, this next song that we're going to hear, is this off of the new album also?
This is also off the new album.
And what's this song?
It's called Missing Me.
Missing Me?
I miss you already.
Let's listen to this song, and then I want to ask you some more questions.
Deep inside this green box, where all the secrets hide, my heart and soul are strong and whole from all the tears I've cried. I'm letting go of worry, surrendering my fear, releasing everything trapped inside of here. So here's your lonely, here's your empty. You won't find me, I will be gone before you know you're missing me. Missing me.
Oh, Susan, that was beautiful. So you definitely have a style, singer-songwriter. We were talking about that. Michael said he thought you sounded like
Carly Simon. That's you
reminiscent.
What's your? You sound beautiful. But everybody like me, if you go on YouTube and you put in "Ladies of Tramp," the Sinatra. I did a show. Right. I have my style singing it because I scat. People say, you remind me of Mel Torme.
Wow.
Because what happens is when I was listening to you, and your intonation is fantastic. You know what I mean? And your notes are solid because a lot of singers got bent notes. You know what I mean? They hit those notes and it's kind of it's like getting a guitar and bending it. But you sound absolutely fabulous. So where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and I'm visiting my mom for a little bit.
Well, I want to come over because I heard your mother could cook like you won't believe. Is that true?
I'm telling you, her apple dumplings are amazing.
Oh, my God, and having apple dumplings. I haven't had that since 1907.
Now, that's the one thing that Michael does not bake. He is not a baker. He definitely is a great chef.
Yeah, baby.
And I've gained 20 pounds to prove it. But
I was saying to Sandy this morning.
But it's okay.
I gave her a kiss and a hug, and she rolled over, and I went, I can't breathe!
So listen, you've got quite a great band here. You've got...
I thank you.
Tell us about your band.
Well, I'm really blessed. I have some great people playing with me. Jane Getz, who's an amazing keyboard player, and she's also a writer, and I write with her sometimes. And Bob Tucker is a great guitar player and engineer. He's been like head engineer for a lot of large studios and a lot of the big studios in Los Angeles, and was a player at EMI Studios and a couple other studios for different projects. Just got finished playing guitar on one of Sheila Green's projects that's coming up as well.
Oh, cool.
So he's my guitar player and engineer, and then of course David Z's my producer, and then I've got Arno Lucas on drums, and Arno spends a lot of time in Japan. I think he's getting ready to come back from Japan. He works there and also in the States. And then Chad Watson on bass, and Chad's been out with everybody huge that you can think of in country. Charlie Rich Senior and Junior, Ronnie Millsap, but he also David Arkenstone, Janice Ian. Great bass player. He's been out with many different people. Very, very wonderful guy. And then Sherry Pettigo is singing background vocals for me right now.
Right.
So we've been having a lot of fun. We went to Nashville and did a couple shows this year. We did a show in Tulsa at the Jazz Depot in July, which was great.
Cool.
And we did a big show in Los Angeles in April.
So, Susan,
and so we're having a great time. We're getting ready to get a booking agent, and I just signed a big management deal with Joanne Barry,
wow,
of world-class talent. So.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Sue, you dropped a lot of names. Name dropper.
She didn't even drop half the names of
Holy shit! Just buy another hour show. That's all.
Who these people have played with? Arno Lucas. He's played with Al Jarreau, Jackson Brown, Don Henley, Ricky Lee Jones. Bob Tucker on guitars played with the Temptations, I guess. And you said Jane Getz on piano and keyboards. You've got in parentheses the Beatles.
Yeah, absolutely.
She played with the Beatles?
Yes, she played with the Beatles.
Oh, my gosh.
I played with the Bedbugs.
Well, now you do. What's your website, Susan? Give us your website where everybody can find your music. Besides, I'm sure it's on iTunes already.
It's on iTunes, right? It's on iTunes and in some stores. And Ingrooves is distributing me right now, of course, which is the
Who's distributing? Who's distributing?
Universal.
Who?
Yeah, Ingrooves is Universal. Yeah, Universal Music Group's distributor. They're distributing my music right now.
Okay, all right.
And
some
yes,
more
you
name
can find it on
droppers.
iTunes. And my website is SusanTony.com.
And that's TONEY.
That's right.
Right. Well, I'm so glad to have you on the show, and
Well, thank you.
Yeah,
What a pleasure.
And Tom's a good friend, Tom Zada. Yeah, and I'm so glad that
he's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, I'm glad that he called me and let me know about you. So
thanks, Tom. We love you, Tom.
I'm
He's Italian
so thrilled
too.
about it. I've had so much fun, and Tom is a great guy. What a talented radio promoter, and just what a beautiful person. What a beautiful spirit.
Yeah, he is. So thank you, Tom, and thank you, Susan, for being here on
Thank
Sandy
you,
Kastel and Friends
Sandy.
Variety Show. And we are
Thank
going to
you.
keep
And
our
thank you,
eye
Mike.
on you.
Oh yeah, baby.
Thank you so much.
All right. Well, we'll watch you going up the charts. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks
Okay.
for calling
Good.
in.
Have a wonderful
great day.
Thank
Tell
you.
your mother I said hello.
Bye.
Okay. Bye bye.
Oh, Steve wrote a song.
He did.
Yeah, he loved
Tune your car?
No, he wrote a song called "If I Had a Hammer, I'd Split Your Head."
Well, Michael, I wrote a song about a car. You guys know about Chevys, right? Yeah. So it's a '57 Chevy, 3-speed on the floor, top down, fuel injected. You're so funny. You're so funny. Anyway, it's called Curve Appeal.
Oh,
it's about
Curve
57
Appeal.
Chevy.
Oh, Birdie.
So tell us. We've got Steve Paris and Dave Ford here with Meineke Car Care Center.
Who, honey?
And Steve
Meineke.
Paris and Dave Ford. And I guess you're waiting for Drew. You're hoping that Drew Paris is tuning in now.
Drew's got more money than I do.
Where is he at, Steve?
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta, Georgia.
Atlanta? Well, it's already lunchtime there. He's probably out eating.
Sandy, real quick, let me tell you about Drew. Drew
Okay, why don't you
was
tell me
a
about
master.
Drew?
master. He was a master genius when it came to cars.
Okay.
Okay. He looked like Opie from the when I remember. He had red hair.
Right.
You know. Am I right?
Cunningham.
Opie Cunningham. That's who he reminded me of. Just a great guy, and he was and he had awards. And these days, it ain't like years ago, the cars. This kid was a genius.
Well, that's when you could still get under a hood of a car and do something.
No.
Now it's all electronic
Yes, sir.
and computerized.
Dave's got that talent.
Yep.
Well, I'm not going to say nothing because we got 15 more minutes for the show, and I want to give you guys that.
Yeah.
shot.
So Dave, you're the specialist over now. You're over all of these stores now,
Correct.
right? You're the president.
Yeah.
The president. Bum, ba-da-da. Come on, where's our president music?
How about our applause with our audience? Come on, folks, applause! Yeah, they love you. Look at the crowd's going wild.
So, Dave, tell us a little bit about Meineke Care Car Center and how you got involved and why it's so important for what you guys do for everybody with their cars.
Well, we like to think we just help people. You know, a lot of mechanics or shops, they're thinking about fixing cars or making money.
Right.
And I always tell all my guys, the managers, everybody that works with us, we're nice. We help people, whether it's the customer or the vendors or employees. We're always nice to people. So no matter what, that's our top priority, is being nice, integrity. You know, a lot of people can't fix their cars. They don't have enough money. Whatever the case may be, we do whatever we can to help them.
Right.
You know, we're not here for money per se. We're here to help the customers.
I mean, obviously it's a business, okay,
Sure.
and you have to have money to keep your doors open.
Right.
However, so your number one priority is to take care of the customer and
Right.
make sure that they have their car running.
Right, we help people.
Yeah,
you know,
you
it's
help
not
people.
fixing cars. We help people.
Do you have a jingle?
No.
Oh,
Well,
come
maybe
on, you
could
guys
give
should
us
have
one.
a jingle.
You need
I'm
a
going to
jingle.
call
Right
Susan,
there.
and Susan and
Michael,
I can write you a
Give
jingle.
us a jingle.
Give us a jingle.
Oh, I don't know if you want his kind of jingle. It'll be, hey, if you don't come here and see this car, right? Oh, anyway. What?
Why am I so stereotyped?
You'd be like, hey, hey, you.
You know,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, years ago in 1990, I teamed up with Drew and Steve Paris, and I had
Yeah.
a car dealership, and I had an idea, and I said, listen, wouldn't it be nice?
I had an idea.
Go ahead, go right ahead. You don't give a rat's ass about me. Go ahead,
Well,
go
go ahead.
teasing
I'm
you.
just encouraging
No, what
you.
I want you to do, and I went to these guys, and I says, I have an idea. I says, would it be nice to sell a car with a 50-50 warranty? Drew said,
Yeah.
we'll get murdered, Mike. I says, no, you won't. Every car that I bought, I would take it to AutoTech at that time. Drew would check it out. I would fix whatever needed to be fixed. Right, Steve?
Yes.
And then I would give a 50-50 warranty. So a guy would say to me, you know, it's got 140,000 miles on it. I said, look, pal, if you can find a car that looks that good for that kind of money with an 18-month bumper-to-bumper warranty, anything goes wrong, 50-50 warranty right down the middle. These people are in bed with you. Buy it. You ain't going to fight it. We make a fortune. We did phenomenal.
So tell me, what was the idea, Steve?
What was the idea?
Yeah. Tell me in your words. You know, like
50-50 warranty?
Yeah. Explain what that means.
The customer paid for half of the repair, and we would cover the other half of the repair on their car for 18 months.
Oh my God.
I sold a 1920. Remember?
That's amazing.
He's laughing. Drew said, Mike, what the hell did you do? I sold a 1920 Model T Ford,
right.
and I gave an 18-month bumper-to-bumper warranty.
Wow. And so did they come in to see you?
Never.
They never, they did? So it was...
It was a great warranty for us.
It's like giving a guarantee.
Yep.
It's giving a guarantee, yes.
Especially on a car that's got 100 and something thousand miles. It was
Yeah.
great for
But
them.
I had them guys check it out, Sam.
You had them check out the cars before.
Before I sold the car.
you
They
knew.
gave they
So
smogged it.
if
and-
something needed to be done, they'd take care of it, and then it'd be.
Right.
It's kind of like it's almost like the certified cars. You know, when you buy a
Right,
certified
exactly.
car, what they call it now. In fact, we were talking about that in Real Estate School yesterday. Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael, and we'll be right back with Meineke Care Car Center or Car Care Center, Steve Paris and Dave Ford.
Yours and mine, that was fine.
Sandy Kastel.
Hi, and welcome back to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. I just want to send out another shout out to Diane. Diane, hi, how you doing?
Diane,
welcome to Las Vegas. My aunt
Oh,
Diane
hi, Aunt
Williams.
Diane. I hope I'm in the will.
Yeah, and my dad who's listening in, and
My
also
father-in-law.
Joanne.
Yeah, my mother-in-law. I
Stepmom.
love you,
Yes,
Ma.
That's
You
right.
mother- you might be in
That's
the
right,
will.
and we get to see them tonight, and Chef Michael's going to be preparing all kinds of great
Yeah.
dishes for them. What are you going to fix for us again?
Oh, it's too long to talk about it. Just
Chicken
a bunch
cutlets,
of chicken
the
cutlets, the
chicken,
sausage
the
with Jimmy
sausage,
Molnar,
and-
scuttle and beans, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
So bring an appetite, you guys, tonight.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
And also another reminder that this Sunday is going to be the grand opening over at Siena's Italian Authentic Trattoria, and we are going to be there with jazz and cocktails. So you've got to make your reservations at 702-360-3358. That's 702-360-3358 for reservations at Siena's Italian Authentic Trattoria at 9500 West Sahara, just west of Fort Apache. We're going to be there with jazz and cocktails. Chef Michael's going to be there, and he's going to be singing. And also we've got Jimmy Molador, who's playing saxophone, Chad Michaels on piano, Joey Vespi on drums, and Spider on bass. We've also got some special guests that are going to be joining us. So please join us on Sunday night, 7 p.m. We're starting, and we go till 10:30.
And my mentor will be there.
Your mentor?
Yes, the great
Frank Braglia. Oh my gosh, that's great.
Frank, if it wasn't for Frank.
And T. Fox is going to be coming out. But you know, T. Fox is up for an award with
Is
the
he
BMA
really?
Yes Awards. And also, so is Sherry Gordy.
How exciting.
So I know T. Fox is going to be a little bit late when he comes because he's going to be there getting his award.
You know, Sandy, I got to tell you, before you
What?
say anything.
I was going to talk about Steve Paris and Dave Ford.
I was ready to jump in there. But everybody out there, you know, everybody has a new car. I'm a stickler when it comes to oil changes. Listen to me very carefully. You got to change your oil, folks. Don't let nobody fool you. People forget about that. They say, I don't need it. I got to sit there. Listen to me. You got some specials. Don't you got a special running right now?
Yeah, right now it's $19.95 for full service oil change. You top off all your fluids, do an inspection by an AC certified mechanic. It's great.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do for you. Ladies and gentlemen out there, we got 90,000 listeners. When I walk out of this studio today, I'm taking
92,000.
92,000. Thank you
We've
very
gone
much.
up.
90,002. Steve and his partner. I would like to do something for you guys because I love you. Because, Steve, you're like a brother to me. We go back too many years, and it's hard to find good friends that come out of the woodwork after so long and they re-embrace you because these guys always stuck by me through the trials and tribulations of my life. I want to give these guys $5,000 in show tickets, ladies and gentlemen.
Whoa!
Thank you. $5,000 in show tickets. I got making shows for Planet Hollywood.
Yeah.
Anybody goes into the Money Key, and I'm going to give the manager that you could distribute these show tickets when you go there. Oil change, car repair, you know, whatever dollar figure you want to spend.
Listen,
they spend
they
$50
fix
and more.
my motor mounts, you know.
Right,
I mean, you know,
sure.
that's
Tell
quite
them
a
the
deal.
locations.
Yeah.
Where's the locations at?
They got a lot of locations around
yeah,
town.
there's 7 around town.
7?
Yeah,
Wow.
Sahara.
But then I'm going to have to up the ante then.
Yeah.
I want to give you $10,000 worth of show
Great.
Oh
tickets.
my
That's awesome.
God!
Great.
Wow.
Thank you.
So where are the locations?
Sahara and Durango, and Twain, Trop east of Jones, Boulder and Major, Craig and Decatur.
That's out near my dad.
And Buffalo and Alta.
My
my
father-in-law's got cars like he's got like a 1959 Gunga Din.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
He wants to leave them to me when he dies. They don't piss, smog, they leak oil. I want cash. I don't want no cars.
I specialize those in school.
Do
We
you
took
really?
a special class for
No,
those.
Oh, my God.
seriously,
No problem.
my dad loves Lincoln Town cars.
I love
so
them too.
he has about 7 of them. Okay, 3 of them are out on the lots, out in Pahrump. You know, he keeps them for parts. You know, because he says you can't get the parts anymore on these cars.
We can get them.
Yeah, you can get
Oh,
them.
yeah, absolutely.
And he came in and he said, what? He had some trouble with his air conditioning on one of them. And I said, so we're going to send my dad over
Great.
to see you. Yeah.
We'll take care of him.
Yeah, and so
Just have them ask for Dave.
Ask for Dave. Ask for Dave, folks. Dave Ford. He is the president of Meineke Car Care Center.
Dave, what's your nationality, real quick?
German, Irish.
All right, all you German and Irish people out there, go see him. And my own people, get a line, but leave your pepperoni sandwiches at home.
Yeah. So, you know, let me ask you this. What is your favorite Italian recipe? Because he didn't ask you,
Jeez.
Dave.
I have no idea. But that
If you're in an
sausage
Italian
sounded
restaurant,
great.
Dave, what would you order? Be honest.
Lasagna.
Everybody likes lasagna. When you go to
I
Smith,
love lasagna.
real quick, because we're running out of time. You go down Smith's aisle 7, frozen food aisle. It says Swanson's lasagna.
Chef Michael's
Put it in the oven. It's delicious.
You know what, Michael? He just mentioned something. You know, I think that's a good idea. We should talk about, you know, creating, you know, Chef Michael's dishes and get them into Smith's. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I might as well have
Oh
a
my
paper route.
gosh.
Is there anything else you want me to do?
Because you have a little extra time on your
Extra time! You won't believe what I got. I'm 62. You're killing me.
Oh my gosh! I just got to remind everybody. You know, we're so excited. We've got so many things
We really do.
that we're working on, and it's so nice to have you guys here today, Steve
very
and
much.
Dave.
Yeah, thank you. It's great to be here.
and to be here with Meineke Car Care Center. I've got to tell you, I have a Mercedes. It's the SL. It's the V12. It's the SL 600, and I've had to take it in. I had to get some motor mounts done, and they say, you know, after a few years, those things kind of go on you, and you know, so they've been a great big help to me, and thank you so much for both
you're
you guys
welcome.
being on
Thank you.
here,
We
Steve.
appreciate it.
And Drew, I haven't met you before, but I'm sure I'll meet you someday. Anyway, if you're just tuning in now, you're listening to Sandy Kastel and Friends Variety Show with Chef Michael. We want to say thank you to Susan Toney, wonderful recording artist, singer, songwriter. Listen to her new tune called Trail of Light and Dark, I think, right? Got it right. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow
is
morning, Friday morning.
My last day Friday, and then I
know.
go ride my Harley Davidson. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait.
We'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. here on KLAV, 12:30 a.m. on your dial.
The party polite.